Well, welcome in, whoever may be coming in this early, if anybody, I don't know. We had a hell of a storm earlier. I had this tree branch that was hanging out over toward the house, and I was just thinking this last weekend I took my son for a walk around the property, showing him some of the work that I got to do tree work wise, and one of the things that I said was this: I got this tree, it's got this huge branch hanging over the house, and I'm probably going to have to invest in some spikes and get some rigging equipment. I got the ropes and get boots and everything so I can climb the tree and do some rigging to drop those branches and take that tree down, because it's kind of showing signs that it's been damaged. Well, that ain't the one in the picture anyway. Come to find out, we got a tornado today that just so happened the branch was leaning toward the house and over the house, and the tornado took it away and ripped it off. I didn't even have to climb the tree. And it took another branch that is broken, but it's still hanging up there, so it's kind of like one of the widowmakers, but it's not complete. It doesn't look like it's completely free, but there's a huge mess, entanglements of trees. Hey, what's going on there, Marie? Leaves and stuff on the trees. We just had a third tornado this season, or this year I should say, and I got a couple of trees I got to cut up. One of them, it's kind of, this is one that just, it was kind of hollowed out a little bit, had some squirrels living in there at a time, and but it's got a huge amount of wood on it yet, and I got to cut this one down, and then there's a whole nother, the top half of that tree is laying right over my firewood pile. I thought, oh, that's a good place for it, right where I need it. Can you do IRL stream? I don't know what IRL stream is. In real life, yeah, this is real life. Of course, you're just seeing an image of real life, really. You're seeing ones and zeros on a monitor. They call it a screen, but it's a monitor. So, I gotta get me some work done. Cut the tree and stack it. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I am gonna have to split it, but at least the logs, I don't have to move them too far. Yeah, I was doing some tree work a few weeks ago. That was the last time I pulled my saws out, and I found I had a problem. Sorry about this. Let me take that green screen off. That's such an annoying thing. Okay, take it off there. Alright. Yeah. So there's a tree that the main branch broke off of, and that branch came down, and it goes from over there, all the branch over there and over there, and it's just, this is one of the two big ones that I got to cut up. And it had a nice big old chunk of wood, and all that tree, and that's a huge branch too, so for reference, right up there, this main tree goes right up to about there, but then there's another branch that was broken off of that tree that's still hanging. That's that kind of like a widowmaker thing. It's hanging right there. That's about 16 to 18 feet up. You know, but we'll get her done. Get her done. That's what they say. What do you do? Fishing or cutting tree or something different? Yeah, whatever I'm up to. Today it looks like it's going to be cutting trees. We had a tornado that ran through. Thankfully, it didn't have any power. I was just making my lunch. We had thunderstorms. I couldn't be working today, so we had some thunderstorms come through. And then all of a sudden, I see the green color in the sky. I'm like, I know that color, but my sirens didn't go off, so I'm thinking, okay, well, I know that color, and I've only ever seen that color. That it's like a greenish light, like a sky, well, what's the color? Like aqua bluish green color. It's really prominent. Yeah, I don't know about hours, maybe a couple hours. I gotta go get my saws here and see about fueling them up. I'm gonna have a problem with that. And my main problem with that is going to be this right here. Yeah. That. Cool. Thanks. Okay, cool. I'll take those. I'll take those. There it is. This thing is not allowing it to come through. It won't go through there, huh? It's gonna be, yeah, I guess that 2.8 ounce. This for 1 gallon. Yeah, I got a little bit of a fuel problem. I bought some fuel. They say for these 2-cycle saws and engines, you want to have what is it? Non-ethanol fuel. So it's got to be like pure petroleum, so it doesn't dry out your seals. Ethanol dries out the seals. And non-ethanol fuel is not easy to find around here. And I went to one place and they probably had it sitting in the tank, in the ground too long in the tank, because I had 3 saws that would not run. They wouldn't stay running on that non-ethanol fuel that I bought. And so I ended up putting some brand new fuel in that I knew was new. I bought it in a can. It's already pre-mixed stuff. That stuff's $30 a gallon though. And I bought that stuff and put it in there, and the saw's running great, but I'm just about out of that. Actually, I think I am out of that fuel now. So now I got to mix this other stuff because I don't really want to trust that steel oil. I don't know if it was the steel oil or if it was this, the fuel, but this stuff is called Red Armor, and it cleans out your carburetors, it cleans out your jets, it cleans out your piston, it cleans out your cylinder, it cleans out your muffler, it like cleans out all the carbon out of the fuel system, and it lubricates it really well. So there's a lot of good reviews on it. It's called Red Armor, put out by Echo. And that's actually what I bought, was a can of Red Armor gasoline that was already pre-mixed, and it ran great. All my saws ran great. Doesn't work. Yo, bro, I got up way second. Too fast to let. Oh, come on, man. Why you gotta be like that? I don't know. These trolls are like something else. I'm gonna guess that person's like 9 years old. That's about the mentality of that. We got skeeters out here. I might have to get my homemade mosquito repellent. It looks like, holy shit, they're all over the place. I'm not getting hit yet. They're not going after me. Anyway, I don't really want to turn this can into a 50-in-1 mix can yet, but I might have to because I don't have the 2 cans I have. The hose thing kind of kinked and broke. Yeah, that ain't gonna be right. And here's my problem. I got a 2.5 gallon tank that I filled up with that fuel, and the fuel's bad. 2.5 gallons. What do you do with 2.5 gallons of fuel that you can't use in your saws? Alright, I'm gonna put you on timeout, dude. Let's just wait. Hold on. I'm gonna put you on timeout. You start talking like, just chill out. Don't. How's my pack? Man, what are the YouTube gave my live stream to a couple of kids, a couple of children? Yeah, that's just what I need, right? So, what do you do with a fuel tank? A fuel. And this is 2 gallons, right? Yeah, it's a 2 gallon. Alright. I may. I started watching this other guy on YouTube, Tribulation Kids, and he's funny, but he keeps deleting people, and I almost picked that up from him. Like, it's like anytime somebody says something stupid, he's got a laugh track button that he presses, for a laugh track, and he just deletes people. I'm like, man, why you do that? Time out for 5 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever the minimum is if you want. But he doesn't put up with any of that stuff. As soon as somebody says something like turd, bye, gone. You know, I don't want to do that, but I don't want people freaking filling up my chat with stupid shit either. So, of course, if you're going to work with gasoline, you should never smoke around it. Because there's fire in the cigarette. I guess I'm going to fill this up with 1 gallon. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I gotta mark this so I don't forget I put oil in it. I should probably go do that right now. Yeah, I don't have fudge. I don't have my, maybe, do I have one in there? I might. It's been a rough week. I'm marking on a few different places. So it says 50 to 1. And grab, oh yeah, there. There should be a mark in here for the 1 gallon size, but it's only showing the 2 gallon. It's a 2 gallon tank. Let's see. Let's see. What is this? Oh, I didn't put it on all messages. I'm glad I bumped that screen on accident. I got to eyeball it because there's no mark for the 1 gallon mark. I only want to put 1 gallon in here to see how this goes. I hate wasting fuel. I got $15 worth of fuel in that other can and it's all bad now. And I really don't know what to do with it. What do you do with fuel that's bad? Bring it back to the gas station and say I want my money back? Just preparing the items you need for cutting the tree is tiring. Yeah, it can be. Let's see now. There's like some kind of a blockage. That's one of the things. I bought this on Amazon. It's like there's some kind of a blockage here. This thing's supposed to have a free floating tube, you know, and you can see the water level is down, or the liquid level is down here. It's supposed to be up here. I don't think anything's even getting through here. It looks like maybe it is, but it's supposed to be coming up into that container. You're supposed to be able to pop that, just crack that open, squeeze it, and it should fill in, but it's not pushing that liquid up into there, which kind of sucks. So then you got to just kind of guess. And that's what I'm doing. I'm playing a guessing game. And there's a reason it's supposed to be measured out. It's not supposed to be a freaking guessing game. But this stuff's great stuff. I used it once already in a premix. And let's see. I don't know how it's going to work with this saw, this particular saw. Wait a minute. What I got here? Got the old green stuff. And we'll see how it works with this. Nope, fucking got gas all over my hand. Excuse my language, please. That thing's like it's still got plenty of oil in there. I'll take it. All right, now we're ready. Just preparing the items you need for cutting. Oh yeah, I already read that. Yep, that's where we're at. And get a few things out of here. There is a chance for more rain today, so I want to get a few items that can't get wet out of the rain, or out of the possibility of getting rain down. Oh boy. I guess that's going to be my spot of my area of work. Let's see. Yeah, it shows that end. Yeah, and this will be that end. Yeah, it should be good. Yeah, what do we got? We had a deluge of rain. Yeah, deluge of rain. Yes, I saw it was headed that way. Oh, you said Sunday. Yeah, the rain that came through here was heading toward Pennsylvania too, I thought. Yeah, I just happened to see this and I thought it was cool. Every year I get these. It's a Ganoderma mushroom. It's relative to the reishi mushroom, but this is actually an artist conch on the bottom side. It's pure white when it's higher above ground. This gets splashback from the ground dirt because it's so level the ground is on the stump. But that's a really cool mushroom. And these are those wild sensitive plants. They're really cool too. But yeah, I just saw that and I wanted to show. Anyway, get some chainsaw work done here, I think. Maybe on the ground here. Yeah, probably headed over there, I guess. Tangled mess over here. like the phone angled a little bit. I'm going to listen while I make dinner. Yeah, the sound of the chainsaw. Oh boy. See, there's that. Yeah, that's where I was working last. I got a huge pile here to pick up. I think I'm gonna just work on getting getting all the branches away from the logs. Yeah, that's probably a little heavy. Very important to clear the work area. You can see. Oh, let's see. Camera angle is fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I got this thing, all these little branches from this main treetop were tangled up, so I got those in a pile right here. And I got this one here, which, go around the area. This got hit probably when that branch snapped off, it landed against that one, and then it tore it up right there. And it's got a lot of fibers on it. So I can either climb the tree or try to reach it with a, I don't know if my extension pole will reach it, but I'll try it. I think I got a 12-foot extension, and if I can get it started above 14 feet, it's going to be close. I think that's about 16 feet up, so we'll see. I think that's what I'm going to set the... yeah, I'll do that in a minute. Let's see. Get this thing back on the tripod. I'll do that in a minute. I'm just going to do some more cutting over here. And then to the end of the tree's there. And there's more branches over here, so... Oh, we'll see how it goes. Let's see if I got anything in here. Anyone say anything? No, just that. No, I'm not quitting already. I'm just assessing what's next. That I had to get that widowmaker out of my way. You know, all the branches were tangled up in something hanging from the top over my head, so I had to make sure I got all those branches out of the way and clean up the logs and just kind of assess it. One thing I'm really big on is hydrating. I drink a lot of food, or I eat a lot of water and drink a lot of food. That didn't come out right. Yeah, I just got to go. I'm going to cut up these logs and cut all the branches off of this thing and clean it up, and then I'll just start hauling branches in the truck. Time to get some branches in the truck. We got, I hired a tree service to come and trim the trees on my property. These younger fellows climb up the tree with their chainsaws. Yeah, I have a trim saw. That's actually the first saw I started up. You know, arborist saw. I used to have spikes, and I used to have a what do you call them? A saddle is what it's called. And I climbed. That's how I hunt deer, is with that kind of a setup. Except it's not heavy duty for carrying limbs and trees, tree branches and saws. But that's what I was actually just talking to my son about. Just last weekend was this tree here. It's that branch that broke off was actually hanging over my house, and I told him I'm gonna have to get a set of climbers boots, a set of spikes, get some rigging equipment, because I know how to do it. It's just work, it's a matter of having the right tools. And so I just told him that last week, because this one was hanging over the house, and it's like God just decided he was going to bring a wind to blow it away from the house and drop it down there. So that was kind of nice of the Lord. The Lord has his way in the whirlwind. And it's interesting because the other tree that broke was one that I also told him I needed to drop. And it didn't do any damage. So in my mind, I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to take these things out. I'm sitting there talking. I got my earplugs in. I'm sitting there talking really loud. All my neighbors are like, who the hell is he talking to? His phone? I like to tell people when I was real young, 13, 14 years old, there was always this guy, we called him Crazy Larry, that walked around town swinging his arms and talking to himself. I kind of had a feeling back then too, but he was possessed with devils. But almost every town had somebody that would do that. They'd just walk around talking to themselves. Well, they're not talking to themselves, they're talking to spirits. But it sounds like they're talking to themselves, and they're labeled crazy. And, they're lunatics. But it's spiritual, it can be delivered. But anyway, and now we got these Bluetooths with microphones, and people see us, and we're just walking around talking to ourselves, is what it looks like. Oh, okay, what do we got here? I gotta read. The Error Games. Oh, I was right in the middle of a storm that had a supercell right above us, but lucky me, no tornado. Yeah, we had the tornado just near us, but everything around me, all my trees were being blown in every single direction, from the north to all the way to the south, east, and west, and everything in between. They were flapping around, and that's when these things broke off. I don't want to miss. Okay. Hi all. Storm warning just this minute started for me. Oh, you guys have a storm warning now, eh? Oh, that's Dean. Hey, Dean, welcome. I have a 200-plus-year-old oak. Oh, those are huge. And the guys said it was a great tree to climb. Oh, sure. Yeah, something that big. I think I bumped something. I don't know if you can see, my glasses are getting fogged up. It's humid. If I don't have my glasses on, I can't read the chat. I'm gonna take me a coffee, get me some coffee here. Hopefully my glasses will unclog and I can get back to reading the chat. Unfog, unclog, whatever they are. Whatever you call it. Okay, somewhat. Error, oh wow, yeah. You gotta get loud when you're talking to the world and elsewhere. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I got some pretty disturbing news this last week. A little over a week ago now. Got a phone call. My brother was found not alive in his house. And yeah, it's kind of put me in a place, mourning. Not really sure what happened. The police, believe it or not, didn't secure the scene. With one hole in him is what it was, and they didn't secure the scene. They allowed the entire scene to be trampled, and people, the family to come through. They were giving items like my brother's ring to his son, letting his son touch things that may have been evidence of a crime. And they didn't even test for the temperature of the liver to find the time of death. They completely botched the whole thing. And it's Humboldt County, California, and they're, like every law enforcement agency, corrupt. But for them to do something that blatantly against protocol in every way, shape, or form, and then there were other indicators that it might not have been self-inflicted. They should not have destroyed all of the evidences before being able to collect it and let the evidence tell them what happened. And that really bothers me. Ultimately, I know God knows exactly what happened, but he was my little brother, 10 years younger than me. My only brother in my immediate family. Yeah, thanks. It's hard. Sorry, I had a minute. I had to turn the mic off. I've had a lot of those moments this last week. Yeah, he left home at 18 and went out to California and got himself involved in a resource acquisition organization, if you will. Acquisition and distribution organization. This is years ago. 1999. He just left. Well, he might not have got into Humboldt County by then, but he'd moved out that way in 99. Before they legislated the legality of herbs that grow out of the ground for the service of man. That's one thing I don't agree with. It's like decriminalize nature. That's what I say. Decriminalize nature. My glasses are still fogged up. It's just real humid. We're in one of those systems where it could rain any minute now. Oh, let's see what I got going on here. So, yeah, I just cut all that branches up into logs and got all those logs set up separate from the branches so I could take all the branches out. And then once I clear all these branches out, Then I'll scoop all the logs up and try to work on that one that's caught up in that tree there. We'll see how that goes. Man, I am really bummed that my glasses are fogging. He was my younger brother, 10 years younger than me. In fact, his birthday, or the anniversary of his birthday, is coming up here in 5 days. So we're probably gonna, I don't, he didn't really associate with most of the blood family because they were vile. They are vile. And so he only had a few select people in the family, me being one, that he continually, we talked like the week before, but we talk usually every month, sometimes every week. It all depends, but he was a pretty busy guy. But we're talking about probably having a get together and a little fire and just kind of everybody, all of his good friends. That's it, and the family members that he associated with. I don't do funerals. I gave up on funerals years ago. It's like I want to visit people while they're alive. I want to spend time with them. I want to let them know I love them. I don't want to go to funerals where you've got, maybe 3% or 5% of the people were actually very had a close relationship with the person, and you got a bunch of people that were never in his life before, but all of a sudden they're going to show up because of some kind of tradition. And I don't, it's like, okay. So I don't do funerals, but we're gonna. The family has their own memorial thing that they're gonna do with the body. I'm not gonna be a part of that. They're gonna do the whole. It's whatever you do, whatever you want. He's not in the body anymore. He's gone on to judgment. But I think it's a good idea for grieving to gather together with the people who he impacted in his life, and just, people that loved him the most and that he loved the most. And that's what we're planning on doing. We're just going to get together and share a bunch of stories amongst each other. Wow. Well, my cigarette break's just about over now. I gotta get this thing back in there, get those in here. I gotta get some work done. Running out of daylight. Yeah, I guess I do have to do a little cutting here, it looks like. Cut some of these things out of the way and I can just drive up to the branches here. Big storm is here. Heavy rain, lots of thunder. Thankfully not too much wind yet. Yeah. Bummer. I had to run the saw just for a minute. Or less than a minute. here. You know, the mosquitoes have been singing all around me. I don't know if you can see them. They're like flying, buzzing around me. But I haven't been bit yet. Maybe it's because I ate a lot of garlic yesterday. Yeah, this is the year of the acorn on this tree. We had acorns. I'm trying to stack them high. Maybe I can get away with only 2 loads of branches here instead of 3. That's probably going to be 3 anyway. But we'll see. I might be able to make it in a couple 3. Anyone join me still? I got destroyed by the mosquitoes earlier today. Do what you were doing now, just not as much. Yesterday's storm gave us some of the neighbors' trees. Oh, fun, fun, fun. Yeah, my truck is kind of loaded up pretty good. Bring that back to near the fire pit. Now I have to burn that because all the leaves. I have to run that at a time. Boy, I'm living dangerously there. I have to burn that at time when we have no wind, which is actually right now. But I'm not going to burn it right now because I don't know what the winds are going to do. Man, One thing I don't like about wearing glasses is working in humidity. They fog up so bad. Oh my. Oh, you got to get loud when you're talking to the world and elsewhere. Oh, wow. Okay, sorry. Oh, I already read that. Okay, I don't know what happened. I must have bumped this thing. Alright. So, I guess I will try this. Wow. Yeah, I got all kinds of small ends of branches just scattered all over the whole property. I got a whole nother tree to cut up and cut down because it snapped halfway up. Alright. Do. We got that going. We're gonna go ahead and pull that out right there, I think. I hate that beep. I wish they didn't have that feature on vehicles, that alarm to let you know when you left your key in there. I mean, I get it. There are some people that lock their keys in their vehicle, but really, every single vehicle, you know, hey, at some point, people just have to learn the hard way. we're living in a time when everybody wants to be mitigate any kind of, oh shoot, I gotta put back. I gotta mess with this thing here real quick. Okay. It didn't do it. What's going on here? Huh. The back of my phone thing ain't locking in right. There we go. Alright. See if we can get this all in one. One of the things I like to do is unload it all in one swipe. Usually I can get almost everything done. That's a big load. I can't zoom out, can I? No, that's it. Alright, let me see if I go over here, get a better look-see at it. Yeah, we'll see. It worked. That's how I unload it. And then I have it in a pile near the fire pit. So all I have to do is just take one branch at a time. You guys were with me in the winter when I was doing branches. I was just grabbing from the pile and burning it over there, but yeah. Got a little system set up here. It works for me. Go get another load of branches. And this thing ain't working right. And I just remember I might be I might have a bad signal here because I'm kind of far from the Wi-Fi. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so I'm going to tack it this way. I think I will anyway, we'll see. Finally got back into training again. I'm glad for that. Taking it easy on my exertion. Yeah, it says nobody's in here. Is anybody in here? It says 0. It says 0 people are in here. Somebody's in here, tap it. It looks like nobody's in here. I don't. I figure I got at least one more load of branches. Okay, yeah, it says 0 people are in here. Got one more load of branches and then logs, and then hit that other tree. But all right, since you're here, I'll keep going. I wasn't sure if anybody was in here. I think that's going to be like that. Yeah, there we go. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, Dean. I appreciate you coming in. I don't know, these mosquitoes are going to give me problems. I don't know if that's going to... There's branch piles over here and over here. Yeah, kind of get in the middle there. Got one more for the chainsaw. Alright. Yeah. Well, more. Yeah. Yeah. There might be
I might.
oh, that got buried. One for the chainsaw. Well, put up with that. See how that rides. Look, it's at an angle. It's a lot of limbs. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's kind of. I got them weighed down because I put the kind of taller branches on the top there, but yeah, it's two good loads. And then I just got a bunch of small little stuff to rake up and a few branches to get with the, you know, small branches. But and of course I gotta cut that one up. I might climb it, it depends. I'll see if a saw will cut it. And now I get all these wonderful logs that I'm going to be able to use for heating my home or bring into somebody's fire pit. I got so many branches I don't really need to burn logs in my fire pit. Okay, 6:58 there, eh? I don't know what time is it here. It's probably like 5. Oh, okay, 6:04. Wow, 6:58. Okay. Eastern. Priscilla, hey, tell Priscilla I said hi. I'll catch more of this later if you leave it up. Be safe, take care. Sorry about your bro again, and sorry about more tornadoes for you again. Yeah, you know, I appreciate your condolences. The tornadoes, I don't mind. You know, it's work. You know, it's part of. I didn't have any damage to my house. I didn't have any property damage other than, you know, tore up some trees. But those were trees. Both of them were trees I needed to get down. So the Lord saved me a couple of $1,000s in equipment. Because I really, you know, I've got a lot of ability to do tree work. I've been doing tree work for like 30 years now. Almost 28 years I've been doing tree work. And it's just a matter of getting more equipment to do it, was what I was looking at. I still might get more equipment. I'm not sure. I haven't had a need for it yet to be able to do the climbing, but I climb ladders all the time working. You know, climbing is, and when you're climbing a tree, it's actually a little easier than climbing a ladder because you just set your spikes in and stop, and you can lean back and you're not going to fall. You know, you're tied in, you're wrapped around the lineman's strap. Anyway, but yeah, let me go probably get this saw. These things aren't cheap. I gotta tell you, that's so far that saw has been doing me well. I've been pretty happy with it.